Hello everyone and welcome to today's pick a card reading. For today's reading we have 4 groups for you guys to choose from, and today we are asking Spirit who is thinking about you and what messages do they have for you. So this can be anyone from a family member, a friend, a teacher, a lover, anyone. So we're going to see what messages wants to come through. So this is something that they might not be able to tell you face to face, or just something that they are thinking and not actually expressing towards you. So you can pause the video here if you want to have some more time to decide on a group, but whenever you're ready you can check the description box down below for the timestamps, and then let's see who is thinking about you and wants to tell you something today. Hello everyone in group number 1. So you guys chose the card Avenger. I'm just going to show it to you. So today we are asking Spirit who is thinking about you and what messages do they have for you. So I prepared a bunch of cards for each pile, and I'm first going to be laying out all of the cards and then we'll be doing the interpretation for you guys. So I'm just gonna center this one here and then show you all of the cards that your group got. So you also got the 8 of Swords and the Ace of Swords. Then you got the Unity card and the Ego card. You got the Page of Cups and the World. Then you also got the High Priestess, the 7 of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles, and then lastly we have the 9 of Pentacles. Oh sorry, this is the 4 of Pentacles. Then we have the 9 of Pentacles, we have the Justice card, and we have the Queen of Cups. Alright, so this is quite an interesting spread we have here, and I want to start here with the High Priestess in the middle. So I get the sense that this is one of your guides coming through here, so someone that is supporting you through life, because what I'm getting from this whole spread is that you are in some type of situation where you have to fight for something, and I get the sense that you were done wrong in some type of way. You know, we have the Avenger archetype here, and with the light attribute it says desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself, and the shadow attribute is resorting to violence in the name of a cause. Now, if this is not a guide coming through, I sense this is someone that is on the same type of mission as you. So, for example, if you are someone that likes to protest, maybe for animal rights, this is then one of the people that do this with you. So that is the 2 scenarios that I get in your group. Now, this whole situation that is being described here talks about some type of fight, you know. We have here the 7 of Wands, which is about not giving up, and what I find interesting about this is that you have these 2 people here, and it is like they are working together for this fight. So usually in the Rider-Waite tarot it's just one person that is fighting off a bunch of people, but here it's all about teamwork, and that's why I'm talking about this guide coming through with this message today, because it's like your spiritual team is there with you to guide you in this difficult situation that you're going through. And we also have the card Unity here, and it says do the right thing for the right reason, compare traditional versus new approaches to see which works for you, a spiritually minded community. So this is someone that is part of your soul family that wants to support you in this cause, and I think today what they want to tell you is that with this Ace of Swords there's some type of information that you are missing, you know, and this is really the key to unlocking your situation. And we have the 8 of Swords here, so it almost feels to me like this is the key to freeing yourself from the situation, because the 8 of Swords really talks about being almost bound to a situation, but usually it's something that is due to your own self keeping you stuck. So I feel like you have to embody this Avenger archetype. That's what this guide really wants to tell you today. You know, you have to make justice prevail on your own. And you know, we have the justice card here as well, so it's really all about balancing the scales. So if there is a situation in your life where someone has done you wrong, then this guide really wants to come through and tell you to take matters into your own hands. Now with the Four of Pentacles, it talks about control. So I really feel like you guys have to take control of this, and it seems to me like this could be something that is to do with your workplace, because we do have the Knight of Pentacles here. So this almost makes me think of someone taking credit for your work, or having received a promotion that was actually meant for you. And I think this ego card is really what is standing out to me, because it says the illusion of being trapped, placing too much importance on material items, getting caught up in fear and worry. And this really links in with this Eight of Swords. So what this guide really wants to tell you is that the situation that you are in may seem impossible, but this is only an illusion, and you have everything available to you to free yourself from this. And I think this High Priestess is also telling me that if your gut is telling you to do something, then you really have to follow your intuition. And this clarity that this guide also wants to bring you is that what you're currently doing is not working for you, and you really have to start making changes based off what your heart is telling you, not your logical mind necessarily, because we do have the Queen of Cups here, and we also have the Page of Cups. So it seems to me like maybe there is some type of heartfelt conversation needed. Now, if this is in the workplace, I get the sense that you have to take your worries and your burdens to whoever is in charge, and really be open about what is bothering you. And this World card really talks about changes. So I think once you gather the courage to actually approach this person and tell them how you have been done wrong, then a lot of changes will start happening, and you will see how the scales are balanced again. And we do have the number 5 here on the Unity card, which is all about change. So I get the sense that you are quite supported by your spiritual team, so it's not like you will be going at this alone. What I find interesting about this High Priestess card as well is that we have this almost shadow figure here with a big star in their head. So it's like you will have some type of bright spark moment where suddenly you will receive clarity about how you should resolve the situation. And I think with the Seven of Wands as well, it can talk about gaining support from people in your surroundings. So if I can use the workplace example again, if there is someone else that has been wronged, then you can approach them and try to gather the support in this mission, because you know it's always better to have some extra ammunition when you are trying to support your cause. Now another example that I'm thinking of is something like sexual harassment. So especially with this Page of Cups and the Queen of Cups here as well, I do sense that this has had quite a big emotional impact on you. So I do also get the idea here with the Ego card that you're scared of maybe losing your job if you were to bring these problems to the surface, because it says placing too much importance on material items. So I get the sense that you're scared of losing something in your 3D world, once you choose to fight this battle. And I think this is part of what is keeping you stuck, because you have a lot of fears about how your situation will change, but your guide is really coming through and telling you that this world card is what lies for you once you choose to follow through with your fight and to really actually unlock a much better future. I also get the idea that maybe you guys should be meditating more. I think a lot of clarity will come to you once you have some times of stillness where you can really contemplate about your situation. And this Four of Pentacles actually really ties in with the idea of being scared of losing your material possessions, because it can talk about almost like a greedy energy. So I definitely get the idea that this is something to do with your career or your job or something like that. So it can even be that you have some type of secret about a co-worker that could put them in a very bad light once you were to expose this, and there might be quite a tug of war between your head and your heart in terms of what you have to do next. And that's why this Unity card also says, do the right thing for the right reason. So I think what this guide is trying to tell you is that being truthful is always more important than maybe wanting to protect yourself and the people around you all the time. You know, secrets have a way of coming out anyway, and I think there's also a warning here that if you aren't the one that will be coming forward and fighting this battle, then someone else will, and then you will actually start to lose these material things. So I think this is part of this clarity that is really coming through, is that right now your situation might seem bad, but you're only keeping yourself stuck. And if you aren't going to be changing this now, then it's really going to snowball into something bigger, and then you really are going to be stuck, and then you are going to be losing a lot of things in your life. Now with this Page of Cups, I just thought of the saying, like a fish out of water. So there's definitely a sense of being quite uncomfortable with what you have to do, and that's why this Avenger also has like a mask on. It's almost like you want to do this in secret. So maybe there is some way where you can anonymously expose whatever is bothering you in the situation. Now I do think your guide is telling you that this might not be the best way, and that's why this Seven of Wands and this Unity card really talks about having a group support you and not going at it alone, because I think this battle is much bigger than yourself, and that's also why you are going to be needing a lot more support. I really think with this Justice card, it could be something that will later turn into something legal, as I mentioned with the idea of sexual harassment. You know, often there's a lot of victims, it's not just one person. So I think once you start digging and talking to more people, you're going to see how a lot of others have also been affected, and you maybe are just the first one that is courageous enough to actually do something about this. And that is really something to be proud of, if you can actually have the courage to stand up for what is right. And I think you might also be scared of gossip that is coming through for me. So maybe you are scared that people won't believe your side of the story. Now this obviously doesn't have to be sexual harassment, that's just one example, but I do get the sense that you're afraid that it's going to be your word against theirs and that they will win this fight. But Spirit and your guide is really trying to tell you that you have to stand strong, and that you will be supported, and that there is other people that are with you in this fight and that want to see you succeed. Okay, so I wasn't planning on doing this, but I want to end with just a few guidance cards for you guys because I really feel like you need the support in this situation. I think it's quite a tough situation that you are in, and that's also why Spirit wanted to give you this message today from this guide that is supporting you. And really, I think the main message that I'm getting here is that you have to follow your intuition and you have to do the right thing, whatever that may be. And it might be scary and you might feel very uneasy about this, but ultimately that is what is going to bring you peace and a lot of other people peace as well. And then you will be experiencing the happiness with this World card again and this abundance of the Nine of Pentacles. So you really don't have to be afraid. You are very supported by your team. So Spirit, for pile number 1, please, can we please get some guidance? I think they really need this today. Okay, we have share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. So exactly what I've been saying all this time. There's some secrets that have to come to light, and I think you're going to be the first person that is going to do this, and then many others will follow. And you know, when I think about a cave as well, it talks about echoes. So it's almost like what you do now will have a lot of consequences in the future as well, positive consequences, and it's almost like you will pave the way forward. So this is definitely a big push from your guides to come forward and really state your truth. Let's get one more here. Okay, let's see. Spirit, for group number 1, please, can we please get one more guidance card? Okay, we have answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? So once again, your intuition has already told you what you have to do, and your heart has already told you what you have to do. It's like you're sitting here waiting, you know, like these 2 women on here, and you're almost extending your own pain by not answering this call and not coming forward. And I really get the idea that you will feel a lot more peace once you have stated your truth. You know, I almost get the idea that you are suffering more from this than the people who have actually done you or others wrong. And often that's how it is, you know. The guilty party doesn't feel any guilt, and it's the person who was maybe manipulated or, as I said, sexually harassed that really has this burden that they have to carry with them. And you might feel a lot of shame for what happened to you or what someone did to you, and this is really just your guide telling you it was never your fault and you have to share your truth, and that is how you are going to be helping a lot of other people as well. So group number 1, this was quite a heavy message today. I don't hope it resonated, but I hope it provided you with some clarity. So I really wish you guys a lot of luck, and I hope there's a lot more happiness in your future. So I hope you will find the courage to stand tall and to come forward, and thereby also help a lot of other people in your society. So I wish you all of the best, and it sounds silly to say this after this message, but if you want to, you can give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. I really do appreciate it. And then I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Hi everyone in pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. I had such a heavy reading with pile number 1, so I'm hoping your reading might be a bit lighter. Well, I'm hoping for you guys. So you guys chose the card Guide. Now, I mentioned this in pile number 1. I prepared a bunch of cards for each group, so I'm first going to be laying out all of your cards, and then we'll get into the interpretation. Today we are asking Spirit who is thinking about you and what messages do they have for you. So we're gonna see what comes through. I'm really leaving this open-ended for you guys to help you receive the messages that you need the most right now. So I'm just gonna put you a little card here for now. Okay, so for your group, let's see here. You had the Page of Pentacles and the Fool card, and this is from the Tarot of Mystical Moments. Then you also had the Wheel, which is the Wheel of Fortune, and the 10 of Winter, which is the 10 of Swords. I'm actually going to put this here. Interesting, we have 10-10, so 10s might be a sign for you. Or zeros, we have the 0 with the Fool as well, and this is Aquarius energy. Now you also got the Lovers cards and the Page of Swords, so Gemini energy. Then 3 other cards, you have the Page of Wands, you have the 7 of Cups, and you have the Queen of Pentacles. Lastly, you have the Judgment card, you have the King of Pentacles, and you have the Queen of Swords. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to be starting with the Guide card here. Now, with the Light attribute, it says, represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself, and the Shadow attribute is, places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. So what I'm getting from this is the person who is thinking about you is someone that wants to guide you in life. Now, in pile number 1, we had a spiritual guide coming through, and I do get the sense that in your group this could also be the case. Now, it doesn't have to be. It can also be a teacher or a parental figure. So it's just someone that wants to almost show you the path forward. And we have this owl in this card. I don't know if that's showing up on camera. And, you know, owls really talk about wisdom. So this is someone that wants to impart their wisdom onto you. Now, what I'm getting very strongly in your group is that there's a lot of indecision about a choice that you have to make. You know, the Lovers card really talks about choices that you should make. And with the 7 of Cups, it's a card about confusion, almost having too many options. So if I look at this whole spread, I think there is some type of new project that you guys want to pursue, and this guide is someone that wants to help you with that, because we have a lot of fresh energy in your group. We have the Page of Wands, the Page of Swords, the Page of Pentacles. You know, pages are messengers as well, but they're also very youthful energy. So it seems to me like you've been getting a lot of messages, maybe signs as well, about starting something new in your life. And this could be a career. The reason why I'm saying that is because we have this Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles here. Now, it's almost like this could be a group project or something like a family business, because we do have a family on here. It doesn't have to be, but I get the sense that this could even be like a spiritual family. So maybe starting a career that is more in terms of spirituality and leaving behind something that is more conventional. Now, with the Fool card, this also talks about entering a new phase or new territory in your life. So this is really like beginning energy, starting something completely new. And with both of these 10s here, it talks about closing off some type of cycle. And the 10 of Winter says, the resolution of difficulties, a weight lifted off your shoulders, the end of an addiction or codependency. And the Wheel says, delays are over, sudden or unexpected good luck in new car or travel. So what I'm really getting with this is that there's some type of cycle in your life that has been weighing on you. So I do get the sense that this has something to do with maybe your career or studies or something like that, and you really want to step into something new. And this is almost like this guide nudging you to actually close off the cycle, because I think you've been stalling for quite some time and really delaying this whole process. And when I think about this Wheel card, you know, it's almost like what's that story about the girl who pricks her finger on the spinning wheel? I can't remember. Is it? It's not. It's the one with the like little man who wants to put her under a spell. But anyway, so she goes into this deep sleep, And I think this is almost like you lulling yourself to sleep with excuses and really delaying this whole process. And I think you've been almost finding too much joy in the process of looking at all of your options but not actually pursuing any of these options. And I do get the idea that you're also a bit afraid of the unknown, especially with this Fool card here. And in this Fool card, this girl is actually, she's walking on what seems to be a green path, but it's really a crocodile. So it's like the sense of danger. But what your guide is really wanting to tell you is that it is time for you to make this choice to follow your passion. And it's like you already have all of the information that you need to do this and to really like grow something, like in this Page of Pentacles. And we do have a dragonfly on here as well, so it's really about transforming your situation. Now, what I get with this Queen of Pentacles as well and the Judgment card, you know, we have this girl stirring soup or something on this card. So I think you're quite scared of stirring the pot as well, and you are scared of this judgment, which could come from the community once you choose to actually follow something that you are passionate about. But what I get from this guide is that you should be like this Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is a very intelligent person, and she is someone with strong boundaries and that can really talk back. You know, her tongue is like a sword. She's really sharp-witted. So I think you should really stand in your power and not let other people persuade you. And also not be persuaded by the idea of danger awaiting you once you choose to follow this new path. And this Page of Swords, I get the idea that you have been searching on the internet a lot about what this new path would entail. So gathering a lot of information, but really not putting any of it in motion. The Page of Swords is almost like a stalker energy, so it's like you've been keeping a watchful eye on everything, like this Seven of Cups girl as well, you know, really looking at all of the options and enjoying looking at it. It almost gives me the idea of making Pinterest boards with all of your dreams and stuff like that, but never making this choice to actually go for it. So it could be that you have been blaming your circumstances and saying that, yeah, this might have been possible for other people, but it's not for me. But this guide really wants to call you out today and tell you, like, you have everything that you need. You just have to actually begin and start with this. I do get the sense that you're quite worried about gossip. So, you know, people always have opinions. I only started this channel like a month back, and I'm really struggling with some of the technical aspects because I'm not so advanced with cameras and stuff. And I'm not an English native speaker, so I really have to think when I talk to you guys. And I've already gotten some negative comments, and you really have to just brush these people off, you know. Don't be too bothered by other people's opinions, because ultimately you are responsible for your own joy and for your own path, and it's your choice to choose to pursue that. And you know, even if you choose a conventional line of work or whatever the situation may be, there's still going to be negative comments. So you can't force anyone to like you or to like what you do. Now, I also get the idea that you're scared of your family judging you. This is coming through quite strongly. So maybe you have been putting this off because it is something that is a bit out of line in terms of what other people in your family do. So especially if they are like very religious or something like that. something in spirituality won't really align with them. But I do think you have a lot of talents that you should showcase, and I think this is something that will also bother you for quite some time if you don't actually choose to pursue it. Because, you know, this Page of Wands, it talks about creativity, and this girl is almost in awe here of all of these flowers, and it really makes me think of this flower as well. So it's like you will stand in awe to see what you can achieve once you choose to pursue this path that your heart is really calling you to follow. Now, with Gemini and this Page of Swords, I do think this could have something to do with information that you want to carry over to people. It doesn't have to be. This is just one scenario that I'm getting, because Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and the pages are also about communication. So it could be something like writing or even social media. But I definitely get the idea that you should be sharing your voice in some type of way, and you should almost later embody this guide energy. So I get the idea that what this person wants to tell you today, this teacher or parent or spiritual guide, is that they almost want to give you the reins. You know, you should learn from them, but then you should step up and follow your own path and be a leader in your own right. So you won't stay in this Fool or Page energy forever. You're going to be a beginner for a while, but then later on you're going to see how other people come to you for advice, and then they will want to see how you were able to do this, and they're really going to be looking towards you as some type of inspiration. So I really think the main message here is that you should be pursuing what you feel passionate about, and this will bring you a lot more peace. And now is the time for you to actually make this decision and to go for it. So I'm going to end this reading with a guidance card or two from Spirit, just to end off. So let's see here. Spirit, for group number 2, please, can we get some guidance, please, for them? Just 1 or 2 cards. Okay, 2. That's 2. It says, Warrior Woman, have you answered your deepest calling? So, exactly. And you know, she looks so much like this Queen of Swords, and even this Page of Swords with this big sword here in the middle. So it's almost like you have to cut through all of the BS and really stand in your power and just pursue what you are passionate about. Because I really think that you could have a lot more joy in your life if you do what you love. And you know, with the Lovers card as well, talking about something that you love and that you feel cool to do. Now we also have the Crumbling. What are you clinging on to? Oh my word, these things are just right, like stating exactly what we have been talking about. So you really have been trying to stay into whatever is causing you some difficulty due to fear of stepping into the unknown. So I get the sense that Spirit will almost make your situation crumble away on its own if you don't choose to actually pursue what you're passionate about. So if you experience a bit of bad luck in your life, I almost think that they are trying to push you to actually follow your dreams. So don't be too surprised if that happens, because you know, we also have there's a stormy background here, and then through this gateway we have, it's almost like a meadow. There's lots of flowers here. So I think the stormy period was also necessary in your life to show you what you have been missing out on, and to make you appreciate this so much more once you almost step into this paradise. That's really the image that I'm getting here. It's almost like in Genesis. So yeah, I think this is a very clear message for you guys. A lot lighter message than group number 1, and I really hope it resonated with you guys. If it did, you can let me know in the comments down below. If you want to, you can give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Of course, it's not necessary, but I do appreciate it. You can maybe support me as a beginner as well. And yeah, then I hope you guys just have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hello everyone in group number 3. So you guys chose the card Warrior. we've been getting some very interesting messages in these groups, so we'll see what comes through for you guys as well. So today we are asking Spirit, who is thinking about you and what do they want to tell you? So this can be anyone, it's not just romantic. Actually, the first two groups weren't romantic at all. So you guys chose warriors, so we'll see what this entails. But I also have a bunch of cards that I already prepared for you, so I'm gonna lay them all out, and then we'll do a interpretation based off of that. So I'm just gonna put this one here for now. Okay, so for your group, you had the Emperor card. So this is Aries energy. You also had the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, then you had the Princess of Autumn. This is the Page of Pentacles. And you had the 4 of Autumn, so the 4 of Pentacles. Then for your other tarot cards, you also had the 10 of Cups and the 8 of Wands. You had the 10 of Wands, the Chariot, and the 10 of Pentacles. So lots of 10s here. That might be a sign for you guys. And then lastly, you also have the 6 of Cups. You have the World card, and you have the 7 of Swords. So this is quite interesting energy. All the groups have been so interesting. Yes, very fascinating energy. All right. So your group almost makes me think of group number 1 a bit. I don't know if there's messages for you guys there as well, but with a warrior, I actually want to read for you guys first before I interpret. So it says with the light attributes, strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. The shadow attributes are trading ethical principles for victory at any cost, indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. So what I'm getting here is that this is someone who is fighting some battle with you, and this could even be like your higher self coming through with messages. And I think you are carrying some type of burden with you, especially with this 10 of Wands. You know, this girl is juggling all of these wands in the air, and she really looks very stressed. It's like she can't handle this. It's I almost get the idea that you are putting up a show for people, and this is really taking a toll on you. Now, with the Chariot and the 8 of Wands, this is talking about very swift movement. So it's like you want to make a very drastic change. And especially with the Warrior as well, you know, I think you really want to fight for this. In pile number one, we had a more apprehensive energy where they were almost scared to go to battle. But for you guys, I get the sense that you really want to move forward and you want this change to happen. Now I get the idea that you might have felt under the control of someone. You know, with this Emperor, this is the female Emperor actually in this deck. So it could be some type of female figure in your life that has been trying to keep you stuck. You know, she's like a puppeteer in this card, controlling all of these people at the bottom, and this floor is like a chessboard. So this could be someone that is very strategic with how they control others. I'm really getting maybe narcissistic tendencies or something like that, emotional manipulation even, or even triangulation where they try to play you against someone else. Now this could be in a family unit, it doesn't have to be, but I get this for some of you guys where there's some type of mother figure that is maybe playing you against a sibling. And especially with this 10 of Wands, which can talk about a burden that you've been carrying for a very long time. And we do have the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles, which can talk about very happy family life. So I get the idea that you might have been putting up a front of having a very happy family life. but in reality, something has really been weighing on you. And we also have like 3 generations here. So we have the grandmother, the mother, and the baby, which is very interesting. So I do get the sense of family quite strongly in your group. Now, I did say this could be your higher self, but I'm also getting like siblings. So it could be that your sibling is coming through here and they are really thinking about you. Now, this also links with the 6 of Cups, which talks about people from your childhood, and it's a very nostalgic energy. So it could even be that this situation was something that happened during your childhood years and you've never really worked through that trauma. And with this 8 of Pentacles, it's about mastering your craft and perfecting your efforts. So it's almost like you haven't been putting in the time to actually work through this. And I'm thinking of like art therapy when I look at this. Maybe you should be trying to spend more time on creative outlets as a way of expressing your worries. So like drawing something, or even just journaling, maybe about your dreams as well. That could provide you with some guidance. And the butterfly really talks about transformation. So I think what this person wants to tell you is that they want to see you transform, and this means facing some of the things that happened in your past, some of the things that might have been kept under wraps by portraying a very happy family image to general society. And especially with this 7 of Swords, it's a very, very sneaky energy here. It's almost giving me the idea that your childhood was stolen by someone, especially if this is this female figure that was manipulative. It doesn't have to be a female. And it's almost like you were skulking around, really looking over your shoulder all of the time. And if I can use the example of triangulation again, so it might seem like you were always the bad guy. You might have been the black sheep in the family. So you've almost learned to keep a low profile and not do too much. And what I'm really also getting is that it's almost like you try to hide your talents away as a way of not focusing too much attention on yourself, you know, because it's almost like you were scared of showcasing maybe your talents, because even that would be taken away from you. Okay, so I just want to quickly read for you on this card. So it says, manage your resources wisely, achieve a balance in how you spend and save money, help out those who are less fortunate. And this page of Autumn says, studious, responsible, cheerful, mischievous. Happy news about your career, promotions or scholarships. Well thought out plans that go perfectly, needing a little push to get going. So it could be that you are still financially depending on someone in your family. And I think what this person wants to tell you is that you really have to focus on your talents to almost escape this situation. I think you want financial independence to be able to look after yourself, and that's why they are really encouraging you to focus on yourself and not let your past hold you back. Now with this World card, I really get the sense that once you do this, a lot of abundance lies ahead for you, and maybe even like this card says, scholarships or promotions or something like that. So I do think you have a lot of capabilities. You are quite intelligent. Maybe you're very academic, could be because you have some books on this card. But even if it's just something that's more practical, like creative, like the arts with this 8 of Pentacles, you know, this girl painting here, that could be a possibility as well. But I just get the sense that you should be focusing on providing abundance for yourself so that you can escape this situation and not be bound to this person. And you really shouldn't let this person hold you back. If they were emotionally manipulative, maybe they told you that you aren't smart or you can't achieve your dreams or whatever, and you really have to let go of this belief and go after what you want. So I want to end your reading with just a guidance card or two. So Spirit, for group number 3, please, can we get a guidance card? Let's see here. Okay, we have 2, that's fine. We have Mirror, who or what is triggering you. So definitely, I think your past is really showcasing itself in your daily life, and I think you really are trying to shy away from success due to what others have told you in the past, and it's almost triggering for you to see other people succeed, and that's why you want a swift movement. You really want a forward movement in your life where you advance, but this means that you have to focus on yourself and not be bound to your past. Now we also have yes, just say yes. So I think you should just say yes for focusing on yourself and really making this movement by yourself. And this Chariot also makes me think of this warrior, you know. She has an arrow here, and I think you should have your eyes on the target and really put everything that you have into your future and just going for it. So group number 3, that is what I see for you guys. That is what this person wants to tell you today. I do get the idea that this is someone in your family unit, or it is your higher self coming through. I really hope this resonated with you guys. If it did, you can let me know in the comments down below. And then I wish you all of the best. If you want to, you can give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. And then I will see you in the next video. Bye. Welcome everyone in group number 4. So you guys chose the card Mystic. And today we are asking Spirit, who is thinking about you and what do they want to tell you? So I have a bunch of cards prepared that I'm going to be laying out, and then we'll start with the interpretation. So I'm just going to put your card here for now. Alright, so you guys got from the Tarot of Mystical Moments, the Devil, and you also have the 2 of Cups. Then you also got the 4 of Spring, which is the 4 of Wands, and the Queen of Winter, which is the Queen of Swords. And the tarot deck, the other one, you got the 5 of Swords and the 5 of Cups. Then you also have the Hierophant, you have the 10 of Swords, and you have the 3 of Swords. And then lastly, you also got the 4 of Wands again, the Knight of Cups, and the 10 of Cups. So straight off, you guys are my romance pile for this reading. I knew there was going to be one of them. So this is someone that you are romantically involved with. This could be someone in separation. This could be someone that you're currently in a relationship with, or an ex. We'll see what wants to come through, but it's definitely someone in terms of a romantic relationship. So I'm going to start with the Mystic here. So with the light attribute, it says rebels in intimate union with the divine, and the shadow attribute is delusional rapport with the divine. So I do get the idea that this is someone that you have a spiritual connection with as well. So I do get like soulmate or divine counterpart energy, especially with this 2 of Cups, because it's like the twins, you know. So definitely very strong divine counterpart energy for me, and it reminds me of the Lovers card as well, and like Gemini energy, even though it's a 2 of Cups. Now with the Devil here, this is Capricorn energy, and it makes me think of obsession. So I think this person is very stuck on you. I do get the sense that there is a separation here. I think with this Hierophant, you know, this girl's head is in an ice block. It's almost like you're in a frozen situation and feeling very stuck. And I think especially stuck in your circumstances, which could include something like a marriage or third-party situations, even like a job or something. And you know, this girl has her eyes closed and she's almost like praying. So I think this person is really hoping for a change in the circumstances, and they are very, very sad and anxious because we have a lot of swords energy here with this Three of Swords, which really talks about sadness and the broken heart. And I really get the idea that your person really feels like they have been stabbed in the heart, especially by the separation or the circumstance that is keeping them from you. And I get the idea that you are telepathically communicating with each other. You know, you might be receiving messages from this person through music or something like that, or even in your dreams, since this girl's eyes are closed, or like during meditative states. And with this Ten of Swords, I really get the sense that they want to close off this painful cycle. That's the main message that they want to give you. And you know, also in this card, the girl's eyes are closed and the third eye is open. So I definitely get the idea that you're still communicating with this person on the astral realm or something like that. But in the 3D world, there is a very stuck and frozen situation, and this is really causing this person a lot of pain. Now we do have a lot of purple as well, which relates to the crown chakra, and once again that idea of intuition and telepathically communicating. And I also get the idea with this Two of Cups that you're quite similar to this person. It's almost like you share the same thoughts or something like that. And you know, these two flowers are like entangled. It's like your lives are also entangled. And this also really links with this devil energy. It's like you want to let go. I also get the idea that one or both of you really wanted to let the other person exit your life almost, but you can't. It's like you're trapped in this web. And you know, cherries, there's cherries on here. I don't know if that's showing up, but cherries also talk about temptation. It's almost like the forbidden fruit. And with this spider web, it does make me think of a web of lies. So I do get the idea that there were secrets that was being kept. Could be from either side. And I think there was some type of conflict which made one or both of you walk away. It will depend on your situation who walked away, but now this person is really experiencing a lot of sadness and regret, and they really feel like they are missing out. And it's like they want to go through a gateway with you. We have the Four of Wands twice, and this is like a major twin flame card if you subscribe to that idea. And it's all about moving into a different period in your life. And this card says, be grateful, you have much to celebrate, deep feelings of peace and happiness, a contented personal life. And this is really talking to me about the energy that they want to move into. So they definitely want a change in the situation, and that's why we also have like all of this romantic energy here with the Ten of Cups and the Knight of Cups, because they definitely see that with you they have the ability to experience this Ten of Cups, which is complete emotional abundance and maybe even like a happy family life. And they really want to make a gesture towards you with this Knight of Cups. It's quite a charming and flirty energy. So if you are in no contact, you could expect a message from this person. Not in everyone's case. You know, we are dealing with collective energy, but they definitely have the intention to do this. I don't know if they will actually have to follow through, but the situation is weighing quite heavily on their heart, and I think you will maybe be receiving more signs from this person if they were to communicate, so watch out for that. And we do have the Two Fives here, which talks about change, so definitely there is some type of change lying ahead for this connection. And I do think this relates to this person freeing themselves from certain restrictions in their life. This can even talk about maybe an addiction with the devil energy here. Maybe you cut off communication with this person because you didn't align with their lifestyle. But this is just for some of you. Now, with this Queen of Winter, it says strong, patient, self-sufficient, funny. Let go of people or things that no longer serve you. Now is the time to focus on your career, unmarried or divorced individuals. Now, I do think for some of you this could mean that this person has to free themselves from some type of relationship, like a marriage. But I also think this speaks about your energy, and they might be quite scared of your judgment and that you have already moved on and let them go, and that you're only focusing on your own career now. And I do think you have tried to put more energy into that, but I get the sense that you are also still holding on to this, because we do have a lot of spiritual energy here between the both of you. So I don't think you have actually moved on, even if it looks that way to the general public. And I think that's also why the Four of Wands is showing up twice, because this is a gateway that both of you want to go through. And I also get the sense that you're almost like out of reach for this person, you know. And this Four of Wands is just like fairies, so it's like you're almost in a different realm. It's like you're part of another world that has this Ten of Cups energy, but they have to almost step through a portal. That sounds very strange, but that's also why I think you guys are very spiritually connected. So like in the 5D you might even be in a very happy relationship and whatever, but this isn't showing up in the earthly realms. And it's almost like they want to also open this gateway between the 5D and the 3D and really let that energy flow over into their normal life. And I do get a sense of a big regret on this person's side. I think there might have been some harsh words said here, and even if they weren't, I think they might have ghosted you and really just cut off communication very out of the blue, and this left you stranded almost, and with a lot of questions that were unanswered. And you might have thought that this was your fault, but I think this person was maybe doing what they thought was the right thing, but now they are really feeling the loss. And you know, we have the Five of Cups here with the Two Cups still standing, and there's Two of Cups here, so it's like they are really realizing that this Two of Cups energy, soulmate energy, is with you, and they will always feel this loss if they don't free themselves from their current circumstance. Now, I do also get the idea that maybe this person received guidance from other people in their life, maybe friends or family, influenced their decision to cut you off. It's almost like they put themselves in this box, almost like to close off their thoughts, because I think you have a big influence on them, and they realized if they were to stay in communication, they almost wouldn't be able to resist you. And I also get the idea that they were almost like praying for strength, but then they realized that this was a lost cause, because this isn't something that they can actually fight, and it's always going to be staying with them. So this was a short reading, but I want to end your reading with some guidance from Spirit. So Spirit, can you give us 1 or 2 guidance cards for pile number 4, please? What should they know about the path forward, please? Okay, we have the crumbling. What are you clinging onto? Interesting. And this really is also like a gateway. So I think you might also be clinging onto the past with this person, and maybe being a bit too strong with your boundaries. Not necessarily, this depends on the situation. We also have Starseed, what lights you up, so definitely a spiritual connection. This is very interesting. And I think this is what you should be focusing on, whether or not this person actually lights you up. So if this is a definitely a yes, then you should let go of maybe resentment towards this person. But if this person does not light you up, then the crumbling card talks about letting this person go and maybe doing some cord cutting ritual or something like that. So this is really something where you have to trust your intuition and let that guide you. I can't tell you the answer. I'm doing a general reading here. So you have to ask yourself this, and if you're delaying this process and you know that this person isn't the one for you, then you should be making that choice. But I think you're also almost giving them false hope if you are clinging onto something that doesn't have a future. But if you can also see this 10 of Cups and this 4 of Wands future with this person, then I get the idea that you should really go for it and go for this opportunity with this person. And if they are to come in with communication, really have an open heart and be willing to hear what they have to say. Because if this situation also affected you so drastically like it did them, then you really don't want to go through that again. And I think you should be giving this person a chance if they are really sorry about the actions. And obviously, if they wrong you again and again, you have more than enough right to put up your boundaries like this Queen of Swords and then truly cut them off and focus on yourself. But I think if there's still the possibility, you shouldn't cut them off completely before actually hearing their side and hearing what they have to say to you. So that is what I'm getting from Spirit for you guys, and this is what this person also wants to tell you. They really want a second chance. And for some of you, there really is the possibility of this like very abundant future. But you first have to move through this stormy period to get there. So there is hope. But group number 4, that is what I see for you guys. I really hope it resonated. If it did, you can let me know in the comments down below. And if you want to, you can give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Obviously, it's not necessary, but I do appreciate it. And then I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.